folks, once again, it's the Afro View.
Blessed evening, everybody.
Episode 4. Tonight we come in with a heavy discussion where some of the events over the last week very disturbing. It's far from okay as men, as fathers, as husbands, as brothers,
as friends,
as uncles, as friends.
Uncles, because I have plenty nieces.
Yeah, it is disgusting.
As a man.
Yeah, as men, it is disgusting.
You know, you want to think that is a man, and the way you interact and socialize with women. And then in the space of some days, we see these two disturbing, nasty, brutal, a young 18-year-old girl. That's all they do. That I don't even want to go into what has happened, but what all they do. And so much of all, boy, it's not to say it's one person, boy. Nobody had an attack of conscience to say, well,
let's be off.
Yeah, boy, let me do this, boy.
Let me do this.
Or I say that they might just pop up from the ground or fall from the sky. You can't do a woman that can come from a woman and then vex with a man if a man do some woman that you care about that.
Exactly. And that is some of the things that we had to come to discuss tonight, because at the end of the day, I don't know what to say again. I mean, what it is, okay, so everybody in relationships, we have wives, we have boyfriends, we have girlfriends, whatever. But what it is about men that feel that a woman belongs to them, right? That they are your possession. Right now, this is a very long discussion. It goes to our psyche in terms of how we view our women, right? And it
goes to how you view yourself as a man.
As a man, exactly.
Because when you listen to some people talk about what it means to be a man, you know it has no way them going to treat a woman with respect and dignity.
With dignity.
When you listen to it, ties back into our society too. Good morning and good evening. You imagine what kind of training you had. Everything goes back to home. Everything we talk about on Afro View.
Yes. Start from home.
Start from home, right? Yeah. Because what kind of teaching and training you have that you could stand up in the road. Hey, watch that. And that's how you're trying to address a woman, that you're trying to get attention.
Correct.
And because that woman do respond to that nasty, disrespectful advance, you're cussing she, and she's this and she's that.
That is disrespect. I mean, yeah, the ratio little off. Where's the ratio now? Not 20 something to 1?
When terms of women
female to men,
I really can't.
I don't even know the figures, but I know it's plenty more women to men.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, what and you could see this young lady on the road. I know they do this already. That is the disturbing part. And the next thing, before I even get back to that, I'm going to talk about this ISC culture that we have developing in this country now, where you hear a woman getting licks. You know your neighbor getting licks, but you're not getting involved. You're not talking to the man, pull the man, big man, you know what's going on, boy, already. I'm kind of concerned about what hearing who in your yard and that kind of thing. I'm not trying to get into your business, but I'm concerned, boy, and to me that is not the right way.
It goes back to, again,
community.
There's a touchy thing, because we don't really have plenty communities. Again, we have plenty places where people live in.
Sure.
Right? Because if you was living in a community, and if I respect you and you respect me, and I doing something a little off, you could come and show me your names.
Yeah.
Hey, your wife thing last night, something like what it was, Or paying it and chirping to God, with men about it. And we can't talk to a man, so because first things first, we live in a society where if you reason with somebody on that calm level, they watch it, he's a him or some kind of thing too. Just because you choose to reason and not go the violent route.
Correct.
Because all of we have that capacity to be very violent. All of we have that. But because you might choose that route, the watcher, they might shoot anything. But then a woman. I want to ask, I just always ask this, of men who have no problem, say they have no problem, where feed a woman need a lash every now and again, right? What it is in all their mind after you meet up a woman to one lie down next to she to look for the thing that man and woman is in but they're comfortable. It's a mental disease too.
It is.
And we have to address that. We have to address that. And addressing that again, it starts at home, it starts with your family. Because your uncle or your father or your brother or somebody in your home might know you just beat up your woman.
Yeah.
And by not addressing it, they enabling it.
And I want to testify to something, right? Because I don't know why it is in our community we feel as though counseling is a sickness, right? Counseling is not a sickness. People, I tell you only, as somebody who have anger issues, right? I have anger issues, bad temper, since I'm small I have a very bad temper, right? And it caused problems in my relationship. But the beautiful part about it is my wife and her family have to give thanks to her family for being able to come to me and say, hey, Karen, you know, Candace will tell you this, but she have an issue with your rage and your temper and that kind of thing because, you know, it's a fair issue, right? And I am a fair man, F-A-I-R, right? She is F-E-A-R, fair. And as somebody who went through something like that, where I am living with my wife loves me as far as I know, I love my wife as far as we love one another. We have children together, and at no point did I ever think that my temper would have affected her like that. To a place where she was so uncomfortable that she was afraid of me, right? And I say, boy, I didn't like how that song. You understand? And I say, well, alright, let me go and do some counseling, them days are working still. So I used my employee assistance program, EAP. I went to Elders and Associates, plug. It's just in case I don't know where to go, right? And I sat down with the counselor and I told him what my problem was. And it started with me acknowledging the fact that something was wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And due to that today, I have a better relationship with my wife and my children. Right? Now, if you push me and you interfere with my family, right?
Different, I know.
Forget that.
Different.
Right.
I just want to interject this here. You use the word F-E-A-R. In we Black African community, a lot of us equate fear with respect.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons why we have such high levels of violence.
Violence
on all counts. Because some of us think fear is respect and respect is love. So you're beating she into love or you're beating she into submission. And yeah, you know, and fear is not respect.
No.
Fear is not love.
It's not.
Somebody stayed with you because they're afraid to leave because they don't know what you do. It's not love.
Not love. It's not. And listen to me earlier. I'm telling earlier. This thing is a mental, as Andrew rightfully said, sorry, as Rachel rightfully said just now. It is a mental issue and it starts with you. You have to acknowledge that something is wrong with you. Right? And there is nothing in a man that could hold on a woman, rape her, beat her, kill her. There is nothing in that is normal.
No part of that.
No part of that is normal. Right? And I tell you earlier, when I finished my counseling, well, it eventually went from anger management into marriage counseling. Right? Because in the marriage, in the anger management process, you have to identify your triggers. Right? My wife is my number one trigger. The thing she would say sometimes will automatic. My mother is a trigger. Right? I don't know about my children then yet. I don't think them as triggers, right? But I had to identify the things in my life that would have taken me to that place that I don't want to be. Right? And through counseling, through the anger management process, the counselor say, well, here what's going on, Karen, I need to see your wife. Because she has to now understand that you are not a madman. Right? And it is not something that, it just happen. Right? There are certain things that will take you to that place. Right? And I'm not lying to tell you, I have seen the change in my wife where she could now express to me, she understands. So she's from the time she see me start to operate a particular way, she just be like, boy, yeah, well, we done the talk now. thing and we will talk at next time, and when we calm down or whatever, we talk at next time, right? And sometimes I will tell her, babe, I'm not ready to talk as yet. Just respect that.
And
right?
within we community, you know, especially the communities where, you know, it's so sad that we're living in a community where nearly everybody look like you, but you don't respect that. You don't understand how important that is. You don't revel in it. You don't find warmth and comfort in living in a place where everybody look like you. And everybody look like you, and what you see to do is disrespect and dishonor yourself and the people in that community. And as it had to start inside the house for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes we will be seeing actions in the children, be them babies, teenagers, you know, young adults, and we kind of sweep it under the rug or play we didn't see it, but and it causing problems out here today. Because I don't think, for the most part,
I think men in total, in general, not to cut you, men in general have a problem with women in authority or women's authority, right? And I can't know that my son is going to a all boys school with female teachers who are his authority when I am not there. Know that my son may have disrespected his teacher or whatever the case is. And disrespect is multiple things. It's not you have to cuss she, right, to be disrespectful to her. But I cannot know that and not deal with that with my son. Right?
And also let him know why
correct.
he getting deal with it in that kind of way.
Correct.
I come from a time where at times I get licks. And probably you'll find out why I get licks for till after next day, whatever. So one of the things I try to do is when I correcting my children, I want them to know one time where you're getting corrected for. You understand? And what I think is the solution to what you do so that you wouldn't do it or possibly not do it again. And that's one of the things we community do. Everybody crying about what going on in the community, offer a solution. Yo, men, check yourself. Talk to your partner. You see your partner doing shit, talk to him.
Yeah.
Say, hey,
to encourage him.
You see that? Yes. And silence. What I say? Evil triumphs when good men do nothing. Silence is encouraging it.
Yeah.
Tell them, talk to them, and don't like what you're doing. A king. Where's that one boy? You know?
Better than that.
Yeah,
you can't be hitting the girl. You can't be hitting the... Don't come and brag and say, boy, I slapped down my girl last night. Big man, if that way you're doing, we can't deal. We can't deal. Because I tell you straight up, I'm not encouraging that. Because I have sisters. I have a little sister, I have a big sister. Right? My mother, I grew up in a house full of women. Right? Plenty aunts, plenty mother, plenty this, plenty that, plenty community. I have a gazillion aunts who's not blood. You understand? Who I respect. That's how we grow. So, as a community, fellas, and we talking to the men tonight because we're not respecting our women. We're not. Right? And you see this? Yes, alright, we know it have a stigma with the angry black woman and the thing, and guys, we have a lot to do with that as well, because we have to also understand our women, understand the tribulations they're going through, understand the battles that they're going through, right? And sit down and communicate with our wives, communicate with our daughters, communicate with our sisters, right? And let these women and them know, because we are the protectors, you know. We want the title ahead of the house, right?
But we don't want to live up.
But we don't want to live up to it. The responsibility that comes.
And it's a challenge. It's not a... I don't want to sit down here talking this and making it sound like it's something simple, because
no,
it's a challenge. It's a daily challenge.
It's a very big challenge.
Yeah. I mean, I make a commitment to marry to a woman. And in we community, again, I would always keep saying that this is the Afro view. I'm talking about things in our community, our African community. Plenty men never had another man older than them who in a successful relationship, especially a marriage, talk to them and say to them, yeah, it's a good thing, or not even have to say it. But we could watch and boy, care another one married long time, it's so nice and think that there's wrong and go wrong, boy. And that's part of the problem. The reason why you have no respect for women is because you have no examples around
you. Follow.
Showing you that now.
Boy, I remember something somebody told me when I was getting married at 20. How old I was when I got married, boy? 28. Right? Boy, you went and get married, boy. All this woman that about you and you went and get married, you shook it out. And I said to myself, but why you not do it all out, man? That ain't even making sense to me. You understand?
My thing on it is this. I grew up next to a basketball court.
Right.
It was probably the most popular basketball court in Swagg at the time. And most of the men playing basketball was older men than me. So in my teens, them in the late 20s, late 30s, late 40s.
Yeah.
And I never hear one conversation centered around how nice it is with me and my wife or me and my woman. Never. Right? And then I grew up and I met the woman that eventually turned into my wife. And I realized it's because it's the type of woman you choose or maybe the type of man you is.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And I say this to myself too, you can't want a goddess and use not a god. So I have a goddess wife. But I had to be a god too. And all that in the community, you want to call yourself all kind of thing. If you want to call yourself a nigger, then you go act like a nigger. If you want to call you want a bitch, she go act like a bitch. Or you will see she actions as being bitchy. You understand?
So on that point, now you know, when we start to talk certain things, everybody does thing. Oh, you can't say that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. I have a problem with the music influence.
Yeah.
I have a problem with
today?
it. Right? Today's music, right? I'm not offending. I don't care who's offending.
Well, we have to also acknowledge we parents, because remember, them that one of the things they try to warn me about it.
Of course, but we young and we stupid, so we ain't studying that. All we studying is to rebel and listen to the music.
Yeah.
Right? However,
it get worse today, it get more graphic today, and it get more accessible today.
Thank you.
Right? Because I keep saying to them, them irresponsible DJs on radio want to pull out the cell phone ball, but if our parents, well, listen to this, right? The music you're playing because somebody like it. You wouldn't play it if they don't like it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Why they like it? Because it's psychology.
Correct.
Why they like it? Everything they hear is the boss of man's skull. And then we complaining about the amount of.
But these are some music guys what they talking about.
Right?
They talk about killing girl, they talk about slapping down the girl.
When they hear how they just talk about women in the music. You know? This happened to me. Today's Saturday. Thursday I in Postpartisan. I see a woman friend of mine, I see she in a while. I say, how you going? She said, boy, I walking on a nice man watch me, and I could see he watching me. And then before I could acknowledge the compliment, I see he looking at me. The first thing which in my mind is, I wonder if he's a rape man, boy. And I feel sad as a man, and I feel angry as a man, right? Because I have a wife that's coming outside me.
I'm traveling.
I'm traveling. I have daughters that leave in the house to go and travel. Well, let me say it clear for whom I know, right? It's not the police alone we're looking for, right? We have spirits and zombies and however terminologies all they want to call it. Because I know if you do that, you probably do free jail and them kind of things. So we have worse things than that for you. Because it can't have no repercussions.
Yeah.
Well, one sit down in the jail, get fat, post pictures and brands and things on it. No. It must have other repercussions.
Yeah.
It must have that because I didn't bring my daughter here to go through something like that. You know, and I must send positive energy, strength energy, guided energy to the parents, the friends, the families, and the two ladies that were so savage. Well, we know one was for sure, the other one still iffy. But send that strength to them to deal with that loss and move forward on this realm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put myself in that position to even think about that.
I myself, but it's sad that we had to address that. I mean, is the Afro view, and we want to offer solutions and thing. And one of the things I want to offer is parents. I mean, they keep showing that we're getting younger and younger as parents. If you're hearing this, or if when you hear this, you think somebody need to hear it, tell them that to talk to your sons.
Yeah, the father's not talking to their sons, and the shippiness we talking to the sons about is like, bro.
Right?
Oh God, oh yeah, listen to me now. Children do what they see. Right? I have 3 sons and 1 daughter. Right? So I am a living example to all of my children, because I have to teach my boys what a man is supposed to be. I have to teach my daughter what a husband is supposed to be like. Right? And it is not easy, because I have to tiptoe. It has certain things I can't say, certain things I can't do. I mean, it comes like I'm walking on eggshells.
For example,
tell me.
I have a 4-year-old daughter. As a humongous fan of Notorious B.I.G. Because I like storytelling. I like hearing something. Now we're playing it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, since I had my daughter, I can't listen to that home. Because I don't listen to music soft. I can't listen to that.
But brother, parents listening to this music in front of the children like if it's nothing.
And you're thinking that they're influencing them.
But
you're hearing them singing word for word. And they're smarter than us. You know, that's one of the next problems that we have in the community too. Parents, you need to acknowledge that your children born smarter than yours.
Oh Lord.
Right? And what you thinking they don't understand it?
At all.
I talking to myself too, because I just catch myself sometimes my wife and I tell me, hey, because I might be watching our movies, not music, and it might not be cussing repetitively like the music, but it might still have 1 or 2 words and things.
Yeah.
I just had a certain thing I try to watch when my daughter sleeping,
yeah.
or you know, because
but we have to have respect for our children, and it's not an adult thing and just be like, well, I the man of the house and this is my house and I could do what I want. That is garbage, bro. That is garbage. You have to have respect for your children, because what will happen? The teacher call it to tell you your child cursing in class. So, your man, who you hear cursing? Well, my daddy does listen to music with cursing in it. You can't chastise the child because the child is learning it from somewhere.
And again, so how it starts from home, but here the problem we have now. You're calling some of them parents and them and now them coming down on you as the teacher.
Yeah.
And you never realize in your ignorance, you're making it worse for your child. Whereas the parents call the teacher calling you to help deal with that issue for the betterment of your child. When you get on like that, you think that teacher care about your child again?
Clearly not. And you're making the teacher's life harder.
So I start to wonder now, I wonder if we could petition Mother Nature to make it where the only way a man semen could impregnate a woman is if he is going to live up to the responsibility of being a father. Right? Because a teacher call you for your 6-year-old child who in 2nd year. So a good day, are you supposed to? Yes. But the child was cursing in class, they just want to come in school and talk to him, get it in front of everyone. So what make me say a little cuss word thing? Or you reach in front of them and that's your response. You're not fit to be no father. At all.
And we really, by losing our way. We're losing our way as a people. The other communities, I'm sure, they're looking in and they'll be like, you see, this is what we're talking about. Yeah. We don't want it to be like this.
I have heard that in front of me, plain, that some ethnicities, other groups of people right here in Trinidad and Tobago use the nasty way some of us try to live amongst one another or live amongst one another as examples to their children how not to
live. Yeah. And that's madness. Madness is unacceptable. We have to do better. And I am appealing now. Aizababa, I say this every episode, so by now you're supposed to know. The people that has come through my shop is men. Now, my clientele kind of bust down the middle, so I have about 50%. According to Instagram Insights, it's 52% female, and the balance is men, right? But the reality is, when I speak to my male clientele, right? I speak power into my male clientele. I
Absolutely.
encourage them. I encourage them to do better. If they say, if they even whisper, have an idea to do something, I encourage them, right? If they whisper, they have a problem with their wife, I have people that I could refer to them, right? I have counselors in my network, people who I could send you to talk to privately off the record to get things off your chest that might be bothering you, right? You have plenty sick people walking around out here acting normal, right? And we need to stop trying to tiptoe around things like this. Mental health in the black community is a problem. It's a problem, right? Women are begging all you, whatever it happen, please all you don't raise all your hand for no man, because equality wise, it is not an equal playing field. You cannot fight with a man. You could go and do your self-defense classes and thing and whatever. I'm begging all you, please do not hit nobody, right? Because violence begets violence. You understand what I'm saying? So don't feel that you so enraged that you could lash your man, and then if you go and report to the police laughing at him.
Yeah.
That is the kind of jackass thing dealing with in the culture.
All that is part of the culture. Why, you know, a man go meet an abusive woman and thing or whatever, and then, but you say something there that is important, right? Well, I want to just turn it around now. I want to tell all women who hear in this, well, learn. A man will never hit you once.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he will come real apologetic and everything and do all kind of nice thing. Depends on the type of person he is.
Of course.
Because they don't have them go hit you and tell you look for that and be normal the next day and thing. But you know, you got the other bad side, right? One lash is all it takes. Leave.
Yeah, that's all.
Because look at the kind of things that we seeing going on.
Yeah.
You know, from the crazy men, from the mad men, and them could actually take a young lady and go and do what they did.
Yeah.
But then it had the others you're living with who want to cough you down every time. All it takes is one round cough hit you and you fall and hit you in something, either you're dead or you're a vegetable, whatever. The first slash again.
Yeah.
Ride out.
Talk about it. Yeah. Talk to your brother, talk to your father.
Yeah, but ride out, because we do now the other side of this is there are some family go tell you
what you do? What shit you listen?
Yeah, you understand? So if I don't even talk about just ride out.
Correct. Just leave.
Right?
Just
Men, it have no way, no time, no reason. That two brothers say no here talking to you. To married men. It not no way, no reason, no justification for hitting a woman.
None.
You understand?
None.
It's in a none.
None.
Right? It's in have no you're not being a man, you're not manly.
Yeah.
You're just a male walking around. If there's something that you just do, conscious it and have no problem with it. He's not a man.
Yeah.
He's just a male.
We don't care if you get horn. We don't care if you with your brethren. We don't care. Right?
You
leave too.
The same way.
That is abuse.
Yeah.
You understand? That is abuse. Abuse goes both ways. It have mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, all kind of abuse. You understand what I'm saying? That have abuse. So don't sit down and why I catch my young texting a man, ting. That's abuse. You confront her about it. Ting. She say no. Alright, no problem, ma'am. We done. Talk done. As I just said, the ratio is so high, fellas, that we demand.
Yeah.
We supposed to be at the stock market right now, you know?
Yeah, the next thing, right? I want to close off with this one.
Yeah.
Because some women have been spoken to say that they believe that to a certain extent. A man telling you he will kill you if you leave him is not a sign of how much he loves you. That's the same thing he start off with Karen, start off saying my possessiveness is not love. A man, even a woman telling a man that, but I mostly hear from the men telling a woman that. Carry me now, I will kill you. You're like, no, that is not love.
That is not love.
That is something for you to run away from one time.
Totally, yeah. Don't
Right?
confuse it.
One time.
Don't confuse it.
The proverb I want to think today from Africa is no matter how long a log is in the water, it will never turn into alligator. Right? So
Say that again, say that
no
again.
matter how long the log is in the water, it will never be an alligator.
Yeah, that'll be that one now for now.
Right. No matter how much he plead and beg and say he changed and he wouldn't do it again, the statistics have shown that more than likely you will never get it only once.
True. True.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because it is a mental that goes with it. Right? So I pleading to the woman again, brothers, they will take better care of the woman now.
Please,
You
we
know?
coming from
And
women.
I don't have to be a woman alone that you're in a relationship with, you know.
All your women,
Or
respect your mother,
your
respect
mother,
your aunts.
sister, nieces, nephews, nieces, cousins, your friends, you know.
Yeah.
And brothers, let we reach out to we brothers and them and show them that hey, it's not no pips in hitting a woman. It's not no pips in beating up a woman.
Yeah.
You can't come on the block to talk and say we shouldn't accept that on the block.
No.
That I boy hit she some last time because she no. Run
That had to
people.
stop. That had to
Yo,
stop.
it's
Yeah.
either we can talk to you and tell you that's not acceptable or you have to ride out from by we.
Yeah, we had to change the narrative now.
We had to do that.
Yeah, this whole belittlement of men kind of stupidness, this chauvinistic way we have in this Caribbean men, you know, where everything is, boy, you're a stupid man and thing, and you're a girl boy, and that, all them things, fellas, we had to ease off of that, Jim. We had to ease off of that, because I tell you earlier, as somebody who's talked to men on a daily basis, we have a lot of issues. A lot of issues, and I'm looking at all, you know, because I want to speak to you all. Because as I just said just now, sorry, we shall actually say just now, we want to close, right? I am saying to you all, men, right? This topic tonight is about women, but I'm not speaking to women. I'm speaking to the men, right? You have issues. You have mental problems. You have emotional problems. We understand we have a lot of things going on in our community that through the Afroview, we want to try to see if we could start helping our brothers and sisters, our brothers particularly, yes, but our whole community by trying to fix these issues, putting forward solutions to these issues. As the tagline at the end of the video says, facing our issues, finding solutions. We're trying our best. We're doing what we could. As we go forward, we're still growing all year. Bear with us. We have a lot of people reaching out to us, telling us that they want to come and sit down on the couch and talk to us. Men and women. We have specialist people in different fields who want to come with us and sit down and talk to us about things like these. So, me and Andre, we're not specialists. Right? Or we shall say we're not specialists. We're humans.
African men.
Yes.
That
we see
over the years are conversing about the things that we're seeing. We realize one thing, we will shoo and tiptoe around important issues. And this, what we talk about here today is one of the issues we will tiptoe around, because a man will come and imagine that you're comfortable for him to say a cough shit on, but to listen to him you're comfortable, but you're uncomfortable to say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. But, you know?
Failure.
Or you will hear that and then go back inside and be like, oh, you know, he beat up the woman again. There's nothing to shoo around, because look at the kind of things that this lead to. Look at the kind of news we see now. You know, so.
And you know how hard it is to hear as somebody, you hear something like that. You don't do anything about it, you don't say anything about it, and then tomorrow the girl on the news. Right? And you say, boy, I know that man, boy, I could have talked to that man, boy. Them kind of things just play on your mind and your psyche. So, as the saying goes, if you see something, say something. If you know something, do something. Right? Because we have to get away from this talk thing. Time for me to start to do all here. It's time for me to start to do. Right? So, again, a log will never turn into alligator.
A log in the water will never turn into alligator.
Right.
No matter how long it stays in the water, no matter how you look at it and say, good, it's looking like an alligator. It will only look like it will never turn into one.
So there is no change for assent.
No, we're not saying people can't change, you know.
Correct.
But as a woman, do you really want to take that chance and find out from a man? This is not a man changing where you see him what that's walking on you with a bus of pants and you talk to him about it because your man and you see next month he buy a pants and this is not that. This is your life
you're talking about.
that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You don't want to take that chance. This is not one of them things to take that chance. Take chances a lot of. Buy a lot of
Buy a lot of tickets, yeah. You might have a better chance of that.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so ladies and gentlemen,
Goodness under the vibe.
Yeah. Right? We out.